I am Abraha, once a general, now the ruler of Yemen. In the mid-6th century, our Aksumite empire was expanding across the southern Arabian Peninsula. We were a force to be reckoned with, our armies, our war elephants, our ambition. Nothing could stop us. But within our ranks, a storm was brewing. Two of us, General Ariat and myself, vied for command of the mighty African Ethiopian army. Swords clashed, shields splintered. The sound of metal on metal echoed across the fortress. I felt my strength waning. Then it happened. Ariat's sword struck my head and I fell to the ground. The world spun around me. But then came the moment that would change everything. In an instant, I went from defeated to victorious. The army, shocked at first, began to hail me as their new leader. We rode out from our fortress, a massive army atop our Ethiopian war elephants. We are unstoppable. We took what we wanted because we could, because I commanded it. For the glory of Aksum. I offered a reward to those loyal to me. Let it be known to all who live and breathe in this land. Arabia now kneels before the might of Habesha. Did we not take the cities of Najran, Taif, and Sana'a? Did we not humble the tribes of Kinda, Himyar, and Quraysh? Let the names of those who submitted and those who were taken resound in history. Al-Harith, chieftain of Najran, now stands in chains. Sunuwas of Himyar, once defiant, has seen his kingdom crumble, and Yusuf Asar, who dared defy the will of Aksum, has been brought to his knees. And for this time a land once ruled by idol worshippers and pagans belongs to Abyssinia. Are these not the days when the children of Habesha rise in glory? Our children will speak of this and say, did not our fathers conquer Arabia? Does not Arabia belong to the long-lived Ethiopians? Let no man forget this. The strength of Aksum is unmatched, and the will of Ngus reigns supreme, and God has made it known in all the earth of our deeds and his mighty glory. No matter the days of our death or the manner of our passing, he has deemed it fit for these days to be remembered forever.
Al-Jahiz, Abu Uthman Amr ibn Bahr al-Kinānī al-Basrī, wrote Fakhr al-Sudan, al-Bidan, translated as the glory of the black race, or the boast of the blacks over the whites, in the 9th century. The work is generally attributed to around 861 CE. Near the end of Al-Jahiz's life, the glory of the blacks is widely accepted. In this text, Al-Jahiz presents arguments in defense of black Africans, referred to as Fawwara Sudan in Arabic, meaning Ay Aus the Blacksome, and celebrates their culture and history. In these 9th century accounts on Al-Jahiz, writes Disho Hakim ibn Ayash al-Kalbi said, "Don't feel pride in the maternal uncle from the Asad tribe. because even the Zanj and Nubians are more noble to have as uncles than they. Akim ibn Akim, the Abyssinian, made the following response. On the day of the Battle of Gumdun, we were like lions, and on the day of Yathrib, we were the stallions of the Arabs. On the fearful day of the elephant, the hearts of the Arabs deserted them, and they fled on their camels. The Negus is one of us, and Dulak Sain is your brother-in-law. The grandfather of Abraha, the protector of Abu Talib, was one of us. I have to forgive Adnan if he makes fun with us, because what can be said of the genealogy of the Himyari? In another place he writes, the poet also talks proudly of Luqman and his son. When the poet says, Abu Yaksum invaded the very heart of your country, and this despite the fact that you were as numerous as the grains of sand. He alludes here to the Lord of the Elephant, whose army attacked Mecca to destroy the Kaaba. He also writes, you who would boast of your petty glory, the people of the Negus have more reason for glory than you. In the days that Islam was offered to El Julanda, Ibn Kisra, Harith, Hauda the Copts, and Caesar, they all refused. Of all the kings, only the Negus accepted. As a result, his kingdom lasted long, unmovable, and prosperous. Luqman was one of them, so too were his son and his mother's son, as well as Abraha, the most renowned king. Abu Yaksum's invasion threatened the existence of your country, and yet you were as numerous as the grains of sand, and more still. Like the water birds when, in a deserted country, the bird with the bent claws and grey of color falls upon them. If another than Allah had wished to push back Abraha, you would have noticed. That one which has the most experience of men is closest to the facts. These are the works of Al-Jahiz, Abu Uthman, Amr ibn Bahri al-Kinānī al-Basrī, who wrote Fakhr al-Sudan, al-Bidan, translated as the glory of the black race or the boast of the black, over the whites, in the 9th century. The work is generally attributed to around 861 CE, near the end of Al-Jahiz's life. He was a famous Afro-Iraqi scholar, believed to have been of East African descent, and an acclaimed prose writer and author of works of literature, Mutazili theology, and politico-religious polemics. Not much is known about Al-Jahiz's early life, but his family was very poor. Born in Basra around 781, he died in December 868 or January 869. He asserted in a book that he was a member of the Arabian tribe Banu Kinana. His nephew also reported that Al-Jahiz's grandfather was a black African. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.